Yeah, question.
What's the ethics of using AI art for tubing?
Oh, um, huh. Well, you know, oh my God, guys, the class is over. The class is over. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I can't get to that. I can't get to that one. We have to wait till the next class to answer that. So sorry. Thank you so much for thank you so much for hanging out. Um no, I'll give you my real vibe. I I think it really depends. But for the most part, if you have to think about it, it's a really touchy subject. So here's like a practical way to think about it. If you have to think about it and if it doesn't feel right, then like I personally wouldn't. I definitely empathize with people to be like it saves money. Like I've definitely been duped by AI to be like, oh, this background is great, but I didn't know it was AI background until later. I'm like, well, I'm stupid. And personally for me, that's a feels bad because I don't like paying for art. I personally would rather pay a real artist for assets in the background. So when it comes with like illustration, I prefer to pay a real person because it's within my means to do so. And if I find the right person, I like working with the same person over and over and over again. Right? Because I have a very specific idea in my mind and I need to talk with a human to make that idea real. My other kind of hot take here is like, I think a lot of AI arts over time will get this, like, I think every time there's hype around AI art, they're like, oh, it looks so realistic, it's crazy. And it is getting better, don't get me wrong, but I think as humans we can see the pattern over time. So like we can start to like sniff it out and over time it's like, okay, I can tell this is AI art, and it's like, yeah. I definitely have seen good AI art. This is the hot take. I have seen AI art that I was like, wow, that's actually good, and it made me think interesting things. But that person is not like being propped up as like an artist who's doing interesting thing with AI. It's like all this other garbage that's being propped up. And I'm like, okay, so the community doesn't actually value what I think is actually good. So I don't, whatever. I don't care. I personally wouldn't touch it. No, that's not my take. Like, I think it's too hairy. If it works for you, that's fine. I personally am not going to judge, but I personally wouldn't touch it. I think it gets messier when people use like ChatGPT for like TTS. You could definitely make arguments many different ways, but like, I would say like, it seems more people seem to be accepting for that for one reason or for another. I'm not making a judgment call there. I'm not making a moral call there, but like, that's an area in which people seem to like be okay with, even though it's like, it's also generative. So, TLDR, like I personally don't want or like to use it. And part of it is like ethical and like not my value. But the other part, to be really honest, it's like, I haven't found a really good reason to do it. I just really have not found a good reason other than like cost savings, which is even not a great reason to do it because humans, to me, still make better art for streaming than I think AI does right now. But if you use it, like, I'm not going to be in a position to judge, to be quite fair. It's only good if it's a hyper-realistic cat smoking weed. Yeah. My actual take here is like, if I were an AI company, I would be looking like crazy for real artists pushing the boundaries with AI art that isn't like Game of Thrones. I don't know. Like, this is like your favorite Game of Thrones character at Target. Like, there are artists out there who have done interesting things with AI art, but they are not, to my knowledge, on the bankroll of like any AI company. And they should be, in my opinion. Like, if I was an AI company, I would be taking care of all their living expenses and being like, all you're going to do is make amazing AI art because we need someone out there actually doing good PR for us, because no one else is. But that's not happening. So, yeah. The end. And yeah, personally, Doug has done interesting things with that on stream. Yeah, it all depends. And personally, for me, that's a feels bad because I don't like paying for art